Let's go.
My legs are a bit. Oh my goodness.
So cold. Hey, you guys, and welcome to the Alex and Liam show. Full name to be confirmed, but we're coming at you today for the first episode from a very windy Joie Stadium.
I'm giving you the full English football fan experience. It might rain, it's very windy, but you know what? It doesn't matter. On the subject of stadiums, I've seen a lot of debate about playing at the men's stadium, playing at the women's stadium.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? Because the big one was the City-Barcelona game.
Yeah, it's tough. And that did sell out. I would have wanted to come to it. I think a lot of the players are more comfortable in the stadiums they're used to, in the smaller stadium where, one, they're used to playing on it. Two, they know the fans are filling it up, so it feels like a home game.
Yeah.
I think sometimes in the main stadium, particularly if the players aren't used to it and if there isn't a full crowd there, it feels like a neutral venue.
Yeah, it feels very like almost cup finally, right?
Yeah, but I think it's important that we do play more and more games at the main stadium, and also we get more fans in to fill them. But I think that's just going to take a bit more time.
I think Arsenal have got it bang on. I don't know what I'd love to see like their roadmap into be, right, well, we're going to start here and we're going to fill up the Emirates because they have absolutely nailed it.
Yeah.
I think for the City-Barcelona game, the Joie Stadium is a sponsored stadium, like a name sponsor. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
And then you've got a week to turn it around because we found out a week before that they're playing Barcelona. And no disrespect to them, but would people have made the same fuss if it was Southampton or Hammarby? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think you want to be prepared for those biggest games, and Barca is a massive game, so it would have been good. But yeah, I imagine a lot goes into it behind the scenes, and it's expensive, right, to get the main stadium. We've heard at Stamford Bridge, if they have a capacity over 5,000, they have to pay to shut roads, for example. I also think that in the main stadium, especially if it's on TV and it's quite empty, doesn't look good for the game.
Yeah.
And you get the comments saying like, oh, sold out, was it? And I don't think that looks good, but I think we have to start somewhere.
I liked when it was not one-off, so to say, but like big games.
Yeah.
I know obviously it doesn't always work with fixtures changing for TV and internationals and, well, Champions League as well. It does change.
Yeah.
But I liked it when it was like, right, we're going to have, so City United at the Etihad. That's exciting. It's a big game. You know people are going to go up for it.
Yeah.
And it's just like, but when it's like, no disrespect to them, but like Man City, Leicester,
doesn't have
the
that
rivalry's
feel.
not really there.
Yeah, you want to go, even if you're a neutral, you want to go because it's a big game. But yeah, I love a day out at a new stadium. It's so much fun.
Right, let's talk Champions League.
Yeah.
But before we get into the Champions League, I want to talk the new UEFA competition.
Yes.
Strange one, right? You're a fan of...
I'm a fan of a new European competition because I just think, one, I love European football.
Yep.
Two, I want more teams playing in Europe. And I think although the WSL has become a lot more competitive over the last few years, and it will keep doing so, there still is a gap between those top 3-4 teams. Yeah. And then there's a gap between the middle teams, and then there's the teams that are fighting at the bottom. And I just think we need more for those middle teams to fight for. And so whether it be the fourth place or the fourth and fifth place that get to go in this competition, I think it's good. The likes of Spurs, Liverpool, Brighton.
Like fourth place and a cup winner, maybe. That gives you an added incentive to go after the FA Cup. Or you shouldn't need one, but like even like the Conti Cup, you know, like I feel. And the teams that miss out, I just got hit by a leaf. The wind is flying. I just got hit.
How's my hair?
Got straight from a leaf. But I think the added tournament, like you've seen teams miss out, also like United, Arsenal missed out last year. I mean, we're blessed this year because we've got 4 clubs from the UK.
Yeah.
But PSG aren't there, Paris aren't there.
Yeah.
And so these teams it'll be a good competition. Yeah, exactly. Like you'd see a lot more teams and there is always the argument, more football, but you know what?
Needing bigger squads to cover more European football. I get that. Because it starts from next season. So is it like 4th place and 5th place this year might qualify?
I'm not sure on qualification.
The rain is coming.
Rain is starting. Loving that. But a 2-legged final feels very old school.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
I mean, I sort of like the one-off, anyone could beat anyone. Maybe 0-2. Oh my goodness. 2-2.
This is football, baby.
This is what we're all about, eh? Come rain or shine, we're out here delivering.
Yeah, exactly.
Big players step up in big moments.
and this is only the first.
Talking of big players, Ballon d'Or is coming up. And you know what? I'm going to hold my hands up and say, I think Aitana's going to win it. She was ridiculous. But I want you to make a case for someone other than Bonmati.
All right. Caroline Graham-Hansen.
Yes.
What a player. And I feel like she's been an excellent player for a long time. But I think last year, particularly for Barcelona, she was so dangerous. The number of chances she created, one sec, let me check my stats.
The stats.
Insane stats. Okay, she created 87 chances
Nuts.
last season. The
nuts.
next few players, who are all Barcelona players as well, they only created in the 50s chances. 33 goals, 26 assists. She won the quadruple. I think she's been overlooked.
Yep.
And
I mean, she might not. She might get it.
Yeah, I think part of it potentially is Norway haven't been massively successful in the last year or so. And obviously Spain have won the World Cup.
Yep.
And the Nations League? Did they win the Nations League as well? Yeah. So yeah, I think Aitana will have it, but Caroline Graham-Hansen, I think, is right up there.
I'm gonna go wild card, but I watch her a lot and I think she's ridiculous. And then when I was looking and I was doing the research, I was like, oh, she's won a heck of a lot. Lindsay Horan.
Okay.
Internationally, they won the Gold Cup.
Yeah.
Olympics.
Yeah.
Won the league, obviously, with Lyon.
Yeah.
Runners up in Champions League. And she didn't have a massive season production-wise. I think she got, I've got the numbers here. She got 9 goals in all comps. Centre midfielder. See where she pops up as well. She probably should have more. But she's got 6 already. And if we're working into the year on year, I think she has a very good shout. But I just think the way she plays, she's so dynamic. I mean, she almost plays as a second striker sometimes. She pops up edge of the box, lay runs. She can cross it all, man. She can pass the ball. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. Also, just that experience, like, it definitely makes a difference into that Lyon team, particularly now having a different manager as well.
She's just like, she's everything you want from a captain. Like, Emma Hayes must be like, I can't believe that I've walked into Team USA and I've got Lindsay right there. Here's the armband. Crack on.
I just don't know if they'll look past Aitana there.
It's fun to speculate. But let's stay on awards.
Yeah.
BBC Women's Footballer of the Year. Let me run through the nominees. Barbara Banda, Aitana Bonmati, Naomi Girma, CGH, and Sophia Smith.
No WSL players.
No WSL players, no English players, which people were upset about.
I think they're all excellent players who have had really good seasons, but I do think it's a shame not to have WSL players, particularly when we're claiming that the WSL is the best and most competitive league in the world. I think it's a shame not to have players there, but I do love that there's some representation there from other leagues. Barbara Banda, what a player.
She went on like a 12 for 12 scoring run.
It's insane.
WSL players not making it.
Yeah.
We talk about it being very competitive, and I think that's hurt them. I think the parity in the league obviously went down to goal difference. Like, Bonnie Shaw was ridiculous, and you look at that Chelsea team, and it's like, I mean, I don't think it was going to happen, but I think Neve Charles should be annoyed. Or be disappointed, not annoyed. I think she had a really, really strong season. And maybe it's like a defender, so you sort of get overlooked. But Lucy Bronze has won it twice.
Exactly.
But who's your one for that?
I also think Lauren Hemp's missed out. I think Bunny Shaw, her goal scoring record last year was absolutely insane. And like you said, she could have won the league for City if she hadn't got injured at the end of the season. I think Lauren Hemp had an excellent season for England and for City.
11 goals and 8 assists in WSL. I mean, if she can push it and get double.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's unbelievable.
And she played, if you look back at her stats, she's played 90 minutes every single game, every European qualifier, every Nations League game, pretty much every City game. Like, she has been that solid player throughout.
She needs to be studied because her lungs must be different level. I thought, I was like, the lung. Like, watching her run sometimes, I can feel my little asthmatic lungs, like, throbbing. Yeah, I'm like, oh, maybe we should burst out.
Yeah, I have to say, I don't try and compare myself to her. She's so good. Okay, who's got your vote?
Aitana.
Who do you think is going to win it?
Aitana.
Yeah, I thought you might say that.
Sorry, I just think she's an unbelievable player. I mean, we were at the Champions League final, and she was just ridiculous.
I know.
Like, absolutely
She's
ridiculous.
just the player that picks it up, grabs the game, and just takes it to them. If you think, Champions League final, she's the one that eventually broke the deadlock. Champions League semi-final, when Barca came back to Stamford Bridge 1-0 down, she's the player that gets the goal to equalise and then goes from there and then does her little injured and then she's all right when she gets subbed and then, I
love the gamesmanship. I think she's an unbelievable player. But let's talk Champions League. Now we're talking final, semi-final.
My favourite tournament.
Man City beating Barcelona.
Insane.
Historic win. Even though I hate when people say historic win because it's just the opening game. But, well, Man City are undefeated at the Joie Stadium against Barcelona. So take that as you will.
I just think that game, even when it was 0-0, I'm not going to lie, if I'm at home watching football, I'm a scroller. It's so bad. I know it's bad. But that game, I was glued to it.
It was mad.
In the first 30 seconds, Barca
well, they hit the
looked
post
quick.
early,
Yeah,
and
I thought, oh my God, I was stressed. And then City just took the game to them. Their
I think
game
that
plan went
first
so well.
half, they were unbelievable. They were on their toes. They were, I mean, Hasegawa for me, Hasegawa, Jess Park, and Viv Miedemar were ridiculous. Because you look at the midfield against them, Kira Walsh, Bonmati, Padri as well, and I was like, this is an insane midfield. And they couldn't do anything. They couldn't get going. They couldn't get started. And it was just so good. They got the goal.
Incredible. Yeah, creating everything.
Also, what do you make of Viv stepping back into midfield? I mean, she could definitely do it.
Yeah,
She's definitely got the skill set to do
both. I think the one thing I'd say about City, particularly now Joie Ward's back, they've got 3 excellent players that can play that number 10 role. And I think, do you know what? I think I wasn't sure how Jess Park and Miedemar would get on as the two in there together, and whether defensively that's a little bit soft. But actually, Viv was doing it all. She was winning the ball back. She was creating everything. And obviously, Jess Park, we know, is an excellent player. I liked it. I think it worked. I think that, plus Bunny Shaw, plus Lauren Hebb, plus Mary Fowler or Chloe Kelly if she's playing, I think that whole attacking system is so good this year. And I'm so excited about it. But I don't want to forget about Man City's defence.
Yeah.
They did
Alex Greenwood.
And Laura Alexandre, who I definitely think has gone underrated last season as well. I think she was massive for City. The blocks she was making, I mean, City did keep trying to play up from the back, and sometimes there were a couple of mistakes, and I think Barca hit the post, I think, early on the
bar. There was also when the short pass and
the Yamashita. But, you know, they rode through that, and then, Alexandre, block after block after block. Naomi Lazel.
That's unbelievable. To go from Bristol City to Man City and just look completely comfortable.
Yeah.
You're playing against a champion, playing against a team that, has never not scored in the group stages, and to keep a clean sheet, to get a goal, to get an assist.
Yeah. And I think
it's just ridiculous.
That also kind of goes to show what happens when your manager trusts you and says, look, I know this is a huge game. Your first Champions League start, your first City start, and it's going to be against Barca, and you're playing against Alexia, one of the best players in the world. And she pulls it off.
You know what? This is me getting carried away every time. I saw the City result, and then I saw Hammarby beat St. Polten. I was like, maybe Hammarby could sneak through second if City don't mess up. And then Barcelona did what Barcelona do, beat them 9-0. I mean, how do you recover from that? Do you know what I mean? That's tough to take. But I mean, but if they look at it, we've still got 3 points. We've got the same amount of points as Barcelona. But coming off that,
I think that's one of those games you just have to say, that was a bad day.
Is what it is.
Let's just go on with it. Because you've got to bounce back from that. And Barcelona are Barcelona, they're ruthless. We have seen a bit like that a few times in Liga FA this year. They haven't been doing very well in the first half. In terms of goals scored, it's been tight. And that game, it was 3-0 at half time. And then second half, Barca just go for it.
Just squeeze, just turn the cog.
Yeah, exactly.
No. But I do think we saw that against Man City as well. I think that second half, they were so much better. They just couldn't find a goal, which is the game's all
about
goals.
I think you look at their bench as well, and the players they bring, they can afford to take off Aitana and Alexia and then replace them with Pina, who else? Esme
Ika came on.
There's so many decent players. Their squad depth is mad. Oh my God, my head.
Let's talk Arsenal.
Yeah.
Obviously, been a bit of a nut season.
Yeah.
With Lionesses left.
They lost 5-2 to Bayern.
Yeah, but they won obviously against Valerenga, so it was 3 points.
Sorry, I'm just slightly distracted by
What's going on?
Olaf.
I mean, Christmas is coming.
Yeah, it feels like it's snowing.
My hands are currently freezing. But 5-2 against lost 5-2 to Bayern.
Yeah.
Bayern looked strong though, right?
I think Arsenal were good in the first half. I thought, right, they're gonna turn it round. This is gonna be good. And then the intensity just suddenly drops. Pernilla Harder comes on, gets a hat trick in 13 minutes, something ridiculous.
Yeah.
Well, hang on. So then Jonas leaves.
Yep.
Renee steps up.
At the time of recording this.
Yeah, at the time of recording this. They win 4-1 in the next Champions League game. And actually, that's a pretty convincing win. Bearing in mind they've created so many chances this season, but just haven't been able to convert. I think getting 4 goals hopefully would have been a really good confidence boost.
Yeah, I agree. I think as well, that team is... I think they might have the most talented team in the WSL in terms of the whole squad.
Yeah.
I think that's why it was so devastating for Jonas, because it was you've got the best team, you've signed players. They brought in Caldente.
Yeah, I know.
Which is crazy.
What a player.
But it is tough. But I really don't know. I don't know how. Do you get the new manager bound? Do you go for it now? Are Man City and Chelsea looking over their shoulder and thinking, "Oh, new manager, was Jonas the problem?" I don't know. It's all, you never know if they want to play for the manager or if other things are going on, or it's just bad form. But he's gone.
I think time will tell.
Oh, for sure.
I think it's hard to know from the outside exactly what it looks like in the dressing room, and I think there were some emotional kind of goodbyes.
Yeah.
No,
for a while.
He's been there for 4 years.
Exactly.
Like, he's been the one that's leading the team through some really, really tough times, and they have had some highlights.
Yeah.
League Cup, not the best competition to win.
It's a trophy. It's a win.
But I think sometimes you get to the point where there needs to be a change, and hopefully it improves.
Right. I want to talk about another team in that group, Juventus.
Yeah.
You were there recently watching them. Can they beat out Arsenal to go through?
I think they're a great team. They've got a real togetherness.
Yep.
And I love teams where even if their individuals aren't as high quality as other teams, if they can come together as a team and get the job done, then I love that. I think that'll be a really, really good game.
Do you know what I've been disappointed with? Wolfsburg. I had a feeling. I mean, obviously they were finalists 2 years ago, missed out completely last year, and now you look at it and you think, oh, maybe they weren't unlucky. Maybe this is a downward trajectory and they're just not. I mean, they've got a tough group. Lyon are in there, and Lyon just what? It's just like, don't worry about Lyon. They'll be there when it goes down. When it gets to the quarterfinals, Lyon will be there. Don't worry about that.
But if you think about that Wolfsburg team, Alex Popper's had some injuries, hasn't she? They've lost Eva Payor to Barca. She's their out-and-out number 9.
When you look at the numbers she's getting for Barcelona, you think, yeah, that's tough losing them. Yeah. I don't think they're going to get out of that group. Right, I want to do something. Obviously, we always do, everyone always does player of the month. Underrated player of the month. Someone who's probably not going to get the votes, but you want to say, has been unbelievable still.
Okay. I'm going with Liverpool's Olivia Smith.
Baller.
Record transfer for Liverpool. 20 years old, Canadian international. And I don't think Liverpool have got up to the best start. I think they'll be disappointed with the points that they've dropped so far. But I think Olivia Smith has been the player that has been picking up the game.
Shining light.
Yeah. And when they're struggling to create, they get the ball forward to her. She's so brave. She just picks up the ball, turns and runs with defenders.
She was a problem.
And she almost scored. Before she scored the excellent goal, she almost scored. Yeah. Same thing, picks up the ball, turns, drives, goes for it.
Get your hood up.
My home is causing issues. And then she scores that excellent goal. It's a shame she gets injured and then they go on to lose the game. Yeah. I think the one thing about that is they need more creative outlets than just her, I guess. But yeah, I've been so impressed by her so far. I'm really excited to see her.
Thinking about what Ian Wright said on Crossways when he said about commentary, there was a lot of talk that she was 16.
I thought that.
Yeah, no, confirmed.
Women's football show. She's 20.
They definitely said she was 16.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I was like, 16? Because I was like, she didn't come from Canada. I think she came from, was it Sporting? Maybe this is a little bit lazy of me, but I'm going to say Mary Fowler.
That's it.
She's been in and out of the team, but I think when she's played, she's been ridiculous. Maybe more Champions League side than league side, just because of opportunities. But I think when you can't get a decent run of the team and you look at the players and you think, look, if I have a bad game, I might not start again 5-6 games because they're that good. She's come in and she's been unbelievable. Barcelona, she didn't get any plaudits. Abby, the person who is helping us with camera, was banging on the door saying Mary Fowler was the girl, and she was absolutely right. And then she's done it again. I mean, the next game she did get player of the match, but I just think she's an unbelievable player. And I think when you don't have rhythm as a player, that's really tough. And at the moment, that doesn't seem to be affecting her at all. It's like, right, put me in a team and I'll give you a 10-10 performance, take me on the team, and that's all right. I'll just hold that. And I just think that is an unbelievable skill to have. Let's talk England, Lionesses. The one thing that stands out to me, I see all the team, obviously they're playing soon, centre-back.
Yeah.
We are stacked at centre-back.
It's all right, Millie Bright not talked.
It's unbelievable. So you got Millie Bright, Lotta, Leah, Alex Greenwood,
Jess Carter,
Maya Letizia. How is this? And it's like, they're obviously unbelievable players. Who would you start? I want to know first.
I think Millie Bright's got off to a really good start to the season. I think Lotta was excellent last season. Arsenal have been fiddling with their centre-backs. So I think the partnership at Arsenal is not finalised because Lia's been playing as well. I think if we look at the most recent England games, I think she will go Leah and Millie. Mm-hmm. I think Alex Greenwood is too good not to start.
Do you think she'll start left back then?
I think she'll start left back.
I think Maya's so unlucky. I think she's. I think that is because she was one of the ones I looked at and went, oh, she could be the player of the month.
Right back.
Yeah, she can play right back, but I always find it a shame when they don't play in their, like, the position they're flourishing in for their club. But like you said, Leah and Millie, it's tough. And I mean, I'm a big fan of what Sarina said about Chloe Kelly when it's like, look, she's got some credit with us.
Yeah.
So like, she's going to still play regardless. She's going to still be in the team because she's got a little bit of something in the bank here.
I appreciate that.
And I think it might be the same with the centre backs. But, you know, it's tough. It's tough to see. Also, another one I saw on the way up, Taylor Hines is...
Yeah, gone to Jamaica.
Yeah.
Good for her.
I like that a lot. I mean, I don't know what the crack is with the Jamaican Federation is at the moment.
True.
So I'll hold on that.
There's quite a few players playing in the English system, whether that's Championship or WSL, that are in the Jamaica squad.
I like it. I like it a lot. I think international football is mega.
What an experience.
And I think as well, like playing for your grandparents or parents' nationality I always do this as well. I'm out here trying to get little St. Lucian Grenadian citizenship. Ooh, hell yeah.
Nice.
So I get it. I do see the appeal. And it's like, it used to be like, oh, well, you're just not good enough to play for England. But it's like, no, you know what? Like, I'd like to do that. That's something I'd like to do. I want to play international football, get to like almost reconnect with your parents, grandparents in a different way. I think it's really special. I think fair play to her because I actually think despite Liverpool not being great this year, I think she's been good. I think she's been very solid.
I mean, there's 4 England games, all against pretty good oppositions, to be fair. Will she mix it up much?
Yeah, I don't think the build-up to a major competition is experimentation time, which is unfair for everyone unless like things change. But for me, if she goes, right, this is what the team are playing, we're going to play it the whole way through. I'm sorry, you might get called up, but you're probably not going to get game time. It is what it is. Enjoy the ride and, you know, take it for what it is.
I love that there's young players in there as well. Aggie Beaver-Jones, Lucy Barker, fair play, getting a call up. Again, long-term injury from Villa last year, ankle, I think. But yeah, good for her. Go get that experience. But yeah, not so sure about minutes. But I think even being there in the change rooms, in the camp, that's invaluable. Yeah.
I think as well. I think it's really special, especially like you said for the younger players. You've seen these players win the Euros, go so far in the World Cup. You've probably grown up watching them for the last 10 years. Because a lot of the players, they've been about. And it's like, now getting to play with them. Like, I mean, obviously, you might do it at club level. But it's different. Just getting up, going to St. George's Park and all of that. You've been, it's cool, isn't it? Like, getting up to
it's cool just going there and pretending I'm part of the team.
It's like centre parks.
Yeah. I think another win against Germany at Wembley will be really good.
I think it gets everyone in the mood as well, right?
Yeah, I think because the journey has been a bit rocky.
Yeah.
But last year, I think, for England, I mean, still excellent, but yeah, I think a big win against Germany will be a massive boost.
My hands are like so numb.
It's so cold, and my trousers are soaking wet.
Right, I think that's us done. Let's go get into the game and enjoy some football. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Keep your eyes peeled for all of that. Like, subscribe, comment, all of that. And let us know where you want to see us next.
Yeah.
Maybe somewhere sunny. Barcelona, perhaps?
Yeah. See you at the next one.